Ethan from Kite Paddle Surf here. Today we're back in the neoprene corner of the shop and we're going to look at the 2025 Mystic lineup of neoprene gloves. So Mystic has 4 models, for varying temperatures of water, and some of them differ a little bit in if they're pre-curved or what we would see them used for. Now for Mystic gloves, I think they really do a good job in the wind sports scene. Some might ask what is different about gloves for use in wind sports versus surfing, and a lot of that is going to be a lot of wind sports gloves are going to be pre-curved. So what that means is the gloves, when you put them on, your hand's going to stay kind of neutral in a curved position, which really helps gripping onto a kite bar or gripping onto a wing. So like a traditional surf glove is just going to always be static, just like this. And why that's tough when you're always gripping something is because you're always fighting the resistance of the glove to grip, and it's going to make your forearms get tired really quick. Less time on the water, that's not what you want. So this is going to start off with Mystic's kind of more, I'd say, all-around wind sports glove. This is the Roam. It is a 3mm 5-finger glove, pre-curved. I'd say this is the most popular glove that we see people using here in Bellingham in the winters. It's not their thickest, not their thinnest. It's kind of a one glove does everything. Then if you're a bit on the colder side, or you're going to be going into some really frigid waters, this is going to be the Supreme. This is a 4mm pre-curved lobster claw glove. Lobsters are pretty popular. It might take a little bit of time to kind of get used to the reduced dexterity of a lobster claw glove, but I find especially with wind sports, a lot of your control is just coming out of what you're doing with your arms, not necessarily your fingers. So the Supreme 4mm glove is going to be the warmest option in the lineup. Again, it does have slightly reduced dexterity, but I don't find that to be a big deal for wind sports. Sometimes I'd maybe say if you have any issues with, say, your leash is getting wrapped around you or something like that, winging, that is where it can be kind of tough to work with the lobster claw, but for the most part, it's totally fine and it keeps you super toasty. So that's a really popular option as well. Now for my favorite gloves, these are the Mystic Ease gloves, and they're actually going to be an open palm glove. So put them on. You can see that my hand is totally exposed, so that has obvious negatives to it, which for one is my hands will get flushed with water when I'm paddling or whatnot. It also, I'd say, it does slow you down paddling because the glove fills up with water. But when you're up and riding, you're totally protected from kind of all angles from the wind, and I find that is often what makes you the coldest. And also to be able to, as far as dexterity goes, and just pop this off in a second. Even if I get warm, I can take them all the way off and just ride like this. Especially for like shoulder seasons, if it's not, super cold out, maybe it's staying above 40 degrees or something, these are pretty perfect. These are kind of my go-to, unless it's under 40 degrees. I really like these. I think they're a great product. And then the last one is the Crest glove. This is a 1.5mm 5-finger glove. These ones are not pre-curved, but 1.5mm is quite thin. So you're not going to be seeing much resistance from a thin glove like that. So I'd say this is going to be not necessarily just for wind sports. This could be used in paddling, and I think that goes with really all of them. Just anything where you're gripping something in the water. But this would be like a really versatile glove for any water sport in cold weather. Again, it's not going to be the warmest because it's thin, but it'll keep your hands shielded from the weather. For my wingers out there, I'll show you why this is my favorite glove. And it has to do with having a really good grip on the handle. I think having some of your skin exposed allows you to get like a more secure grip on the handle, and I know this can vary wing to wing a lot. I ride the Armstrong XPS wings, which the handles are kind of coated in fabric, and what I've found is that can be a pretty slick surface on neoprene, which can be challenging. I'd say one tip, if you are struggling with that, is put a little bit of surf wax on the handles just to give it that extra grip. That helps a ton. But just to show this here on this ozone wing, with this ease glove, I can easily hold the wing there. You know, I have good grip over it, good leverage. But with, you know, a neoprene glove, these handles doesn't have a ton of grip. It's kind of hard for me to keep the wing in place. And I think after a lot of riding where you don't have like a really secure grip on the handle, it can get extra exhausting. So if you need to be using a really thick glove for warmth and you're struggling with that grip, just a little bit of surf wax on the handle or even a little bit on the glove is really helpful. Like always, let me know if you have any questions. Give our video a little like, and we'll see you on the next one.